tip here, even though this is after the replacement's been done. I had cleaned this area up with a wire brush just to knock off all the dirt and grime from that area, just to keep that stuff from flowing into the tank as best I could. Got in there all the way around. Of what happened with my MGB fuel sending unit. First of all, Barney Gaylord out on the Chicagoland MGB board has a very nice, a lot of technical data on the resistance readings for the fuel sending unit. Here's my original unit. The problem was, first of all, the bowl or the float was full of gas. I don't know if you can see that or not. Actually, in a week's time it about half evaporated. Next thing is that it read E all the time, and the problem with it is when you take it up to full, it's supposed to read about 20 ohms, and the issue is if I just wiggle it back and forth, it's all over the place. So it's just an intermittent connection there to the rheostat inside the sending unit. I actually received a second one here. First one wasn't at the right resistance readings either, so Gordon at the b-hive replaced it with this one, and you can see this one works much better. Basically, when it's full, it's supposed to read about 22 ohms or so. There it is. I wiggle it back and forth. I just get very minor differences in resistance, and then all the way down to 0 it does read 0 ohms, but if I just pick it up a little bit so it's even with the gas intake it starts reading about 200 ohms or so. 220 is supposed to be about E. So this one appears to be working here. I'll take out the one that didn't work, the new one that's in my gas tank, and we'll take a look at that next. So here's the first new gauge or sending unit that I put in the tank, and I discovered the problem. This little ring, I don't know what it's for, but it had slipped off here. It actually was loose, swelled up with gas. I don't know what this thing is for, but what happened was this thing floated up and got caught in here, and that prevented it from coming up anymore. And actually the reading I'm getting right now is exactly the same reading I was getting when it was in the tank and it was full. So that's what happened. This gauge is perfectly good. It's just that little ring floated up. I'm sure that's happening with others and just not realizing, but it was it swelled up and just floating around down there. But other than that, it works just fine all the way up. It comes up to supposed to be about 22 ohms. This says 17, close enough. And I can wiggle it around. I see a little bit of readings, but it doesn't go to 0 or a real high reading or a real high resistance reading. And then down here, when I'm close to that fuel bowl, just a little bit up, it's about 200 ohms, and that's the right level. So what I did with this little rubber ring is, here it is. I just took the one off the original float and I stuck it on there. If anybody knows what that ring's for, let me know.